So January the 5th, we bought supplies on account from Canyon Office Supplies for $220. So let's go through our steps again. What accounts? Classify them, up or down. Computed new balance for all the accounts. Make sure left side equals right side. So, bought supplies on account from this vendor. Is cash affected? So they bought them on account, and we said on accounts when they will pay later. So nothing happened to cash. This is the first transaction that tends to confuse people because they still think cash is involved. The word bought does not mean cash. I can buy something with cash or I can buy it on account. So those words on account tell me that it's not cash right now. Did anything happen to accounts receivable? Well, I see the words on account, so I think it's either accounts receivable or accounts payable. But since I bought, I have to pay, so it's not accounts receivable. So nothing happened to accounts receivable. Did anything happen to supplies? Well, yeah, I bought some supplies. So supplies has to be going up for $220. And supplies as an asset increases to $20. Did anything happen to prepaid insurance? No, it did not. I'm going to just move this up so there's not so much noise for us. Did anything happen to accounts payable? Well, we said that it was on account and we're going to pay later. And it's Canyon Office Supplies, so it is accounts payable. Is the account affected? That is a liability, and it is going up because I owed them nothing when I bought supplies on account. Now I owe them more, so it's going up $220. And then did anything happen to Michael Delgado Capital? No, it did not. So I'm going to calculate my new balances. $935 for cash, 0 for AR, $385 for supplies, $900 for prepaid, $220 for AP, accounts payable, AP, accounts receivables, AR, and then $2,000 for capital. And I want to make sure that I still equal. Left side equals right side. So left side is 900 plus 385 plus 935. If I add all that up, I get 2,220. And on the right hand side, if I add all that up, I get 2,220. And this, I need to do this step every time to make sure I didn't screw up adding or subtracting. Okay? That will be my first realization I've screwed up, is when I'm trying to make sure that this has equaled. Okay? So then the next transaction, the final one for section 1-2. On January the 9th, I paid cash on account Canyon Office Supplies. So I pay them on account. Okay? So I owed them money and I'm paying them. So again, we go through and we decide what accounts are affected. So it says I paid cash. That tells me cash was affected. Those two words, paid cash. Cash is affected. It's an asset and it is going down because the business paid money. So going down $100. Did anything happen to accounts receivable? No. Because it has nothing to do with receivables when I see those words on account when I am paying. Did anything happen to supplies? No, I didn't buy or sell any supplies, so nothing. What about insurance? No, nothing. I didn't buy an insurance policy. Did something happen to accounts payable? Yes, this was on account Canyon Office Supplies. So this is where it gets tricky for most people. Accounts payable is a liability. Is it going up or down? paid cash on account to them. So I owed them $220 and I'm paying them. So it's going down because I paid a partial amount of what was owed. So it is going down $100. The amount I owe them goes down because I am paying them. And then did anything happen to Michael Delgado Capital? No, definitely not. So let's calculate our due balance. Oops. And if I take 935 minus 100, I'm at 835, 0, 385, 900, 120, because I took 220 minus 100, and 2,000. My right side equals 2,120. If I add all of these up, I would get 2,120, so I'm happy and I know that I equal. So that is the end of section 1-2 transactions. But I want to just kind of verify a few things with you. Anytime we are on this balance line, beginning balance, new balance, new balance, new balance, new balance, there is an amount in every column for every single account. This is crucial when you get into MindTap, because if you screw up this, it's going to count a lot of things wrong, even though you may have been correct on how you were processing all this. So on the new balance line, there's a number in every column, and there are no plus or minuses. If you need to note this on your sheet, do. No plus or minus. A balance cannot be negative, so it's assumed it's a positive balance. If you ever go negative on one of these accounts, you know you've screwed up because they cannot go negative. Okay? So on the new balance line, always a number, no pluses or minus. On the transaction line, so the line with the 5, the 4, the 3, the 2, the 1, we're only picking whichever accounts are affected by the transaction. So I do not have a number on every column here. I just have it in the 2 accounts that are affected. And I do have a plus or minus because I'm trying to say how they're affected. Did they go up or did they go down? Okay, so a plus or minus. And the thing that I know, and I would write this down somewhere as well, the thing that I know is I have to affect at least 2 accounts, right? In order for the accounting equation to stay in balance, 2 things at least have to be affected. It can be more than that, but it won't be this trimester. So 2 accounts got affected in every one of these transactions, okay? You're going to get true, false, multiple choice questions that ask you things like, if an asset goes up, then liabilities or equity have to go up. That's not true, because if an asset goes up, we can have another asset go down and stay in balance. Okay? So what I know to be true is if an asset goes up and something on this side of the equation, the right side's affected, it has to go up. I know that if an asset goes down and something on the right-hand side is affected, it has to go down. But I can have something on the left side go up and down so that it's a 0 effect. Or if something on the right side goes up, something on the right side can also go down. Okay, so that's what I know. If it's on the same side of the equal sign, it's up and down. If they're on opposite sides of the equal sign, one goes up, the other side has to go up. And that's just kind of logic with algebra, quite honestly. So those are the kinds of questions that you're going to get. I know that's a lot to absorb, and we're going to next work on the work together problem, and I'll demo this for you again. And then if you want to work on your own to get more practice before you go to the application problem, you can. But the application problem then will be due and it will be graded before we move on. Again, if you're having any confusion, it is crucial that you speak to one of us and get some more help. You have to get this, and I get right now that your eyes are probably a little blurry and you're overwhelmed a bit. That always happens. Some people get this immediately in day 1 or 2. For some of you, it may take you another week or so before you start to figure it out, but the key is you got to get it figured out because you can't move on without it. So if you're having difficulty, again, reach out to us in whatever fashion you can, and we will certainly help you. And at this point, I know you want to ask your friends to help you, but it's a new language. Not many of them know it yet, so I would be certain to ask a teacher before I started asking my friends right now, because you just have to get the foundation first. It's crucial. I can't say it enough. So let's do the work together next. I'll do another video for that, and then we'll keep going.